we just want to show people how we did it and document our journey. Believe we invest in real estate in the right way, as we talked about earlier. So why wouldn't we teach other people how to do that and go impact their neighborhoods and create more of this housing stock for people to help get back a more healthy market? Why wouldn't we want that for our entire country?
So the most common one I get is landlords are evil. Owning property is an evil thing to do. You should not own a core essential. You shouldn't profit off an essential thing for life. What do you say about that?
Well, let's think about some other things that are essential.
Water.
Do people profit off water?
Yes.
Bottled water, water companies.
Food.
Food.
Do people profit off food?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oxygen may be the only thing not.
Yes. Yet.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you do. If you want extra, you can pay for it.
Yeah. What else? Maybe not essential, but things that you really probably... Clothing. Yep. Like insurance. Health insurance. Mm-hmm. To get the care that you need.
Yeah, because even if it's like somewhere that they pay for, you still pay for it through taxes, or you pay for it. It's not free.
Yeah, and honestly, health insurance is way more grimier than landlords are in my eyes.
I agree.
So I think some work could be done there. I don't know what that looks like, but probably the people that are saying that definitely feel this way about health insurance. But that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah, we'll get into that a little bit. So yeah, that my general take is similar. It's one of those things where probably some are, but like anything else, some landlords probably are evil. But in general, it's not an evil thing to own real estate. Because what's the alternative? Do you want like the government to run everything? You don't want that. Nobody wants that. Even
they've tried.
Yeah,
they're not any good at that. They know that.
Yeah,
that's why they give tax incentives to investors.
So there's certain things
they know the private sector can handle real estate better than they can.
And the market will drive the prices. Nobody's charging double what they should. It's the market dictates the prices and the rent and things like
market,
that.
Just like everything.
Yeah.
You're not evil, Sam. Don't let these comments get to you, bro.
I know. That one does. Some of them used to a little bit, but not a ton. So I definitely disagree with this one, and not trying to pick on it, but it's usually profile pictures of the people that say this. Usually are one of those, when you think of like somebody that's like more of like a socialist kind of communist kind of side of like wanting everything to be free kind of thing.
Yeah, and these are all their beliefs.
Yes, and that they're
obviously they're not going to get wealthy and be financially free through real estate, and hopefully they find some other way to do that is more morally aligned with them.
Yes,
whatever that is.
I agree. All right, ready for the next one?
Yeah.
This one's pretty common, actually. You don't own anything. The banks own the real estate. What do you think of? What's your response to that?
Well, obviously we have some debt on our properties, which the bank has the loan to it, which is a deed of trust, but the ownership's in our name, not the bank's name.
Yeah, the bank's not on the bank.
They helped us finance.
They have a lien on it, but they don't own it.
We don't fulfill our duties to make payments, and they have the right to step in and take that over.
Did you say the word duty?
Duty?
Mm-hmm. Like a duty in the potty?
How do you spell that?
Duty in the potty is D-O-O-T. How do you spell duty?
D-O-O-D-I-E? Would that be a duty?
D-O-O-T-Y? Like the duty in the potty. How do you spell that one?
I think that one.
D-O-O-D-Y.
D-O-O-D-I-E? I-E?
Because like duty is like D-U-T-Y. I get that, like your duty.
I don't think duty's like a real word. I don't know.
I doubt that.
I think it's
Shane,
slang.
Look up, is duty in the dictionary?
Yeah, it's duty in the dictionary.
All right.
Anyway, D-U-T-Y.
Yes,
duty.
it's your duty. No, I agree, and obviously I've had a little more thought on these because I see them all the time, but I would take it further. If you're going to go down that route, you don't own anything. Even if you have something paid off, it can still be taken from you through eminent domain or
tax liens.
Yeah, tax liens if you don't pay your taxes. Like if you want to go that like the banks have a mortgage or have a lien on it, it's all they have on it. If you want to go that route, then you can say nobody owns anything.
Yeah. Which
I don't think that's what they're trying to say. It's just a silly thing. Like
it's all about your beliefs again. Like you can look at like
you can't be so understanding of people. You gotta get mad at them.
No, I am mad at this person.
Okay, good.
I don't like them. Their beliefs are dumb. No, but it's their beliefs, and your beliefs shape your reality. And if you believe like banks are evil, that's going to be your reality, and you're never going to be able to build a relationship with them to help you achieve your financial goals.
All right, perfect. You ready for similar to what you were saying? But we don't want that. I'm just showing my quote I put out there. Ready?
Yeah.
Be careful how you perceive the world, because that's exactly how it is.
Yes.
I like that. I've heard that one before. All right, on to the next one. I think we are knocking these out the park. So in general, the banks obviously have a lien on the property, and most people get things financed, but whether they have a lien on it or not, we still own it. We're on the title. They're not on the title.
Yeah.
They can't take it from us if we make the payments and perform our duty. Similar to the government can't take a property if you're paying taxes, but they can. You have a 100% payoff property, you don't pay your taxes, it's gone.
Yeah.
So similar to that.
Yeah. Number 3.
You are stealing houses away from people that need houses. What do you think about that? We're stealing houses from people.
I'll get into the way we do it, because I don't believe how we do it is that at all. If this is from like Wall Street or an institutional home buyers buying up tens and thousands of houses, they do change the way the market is. You know, they buy them, and a lot of times lately, at least when the market was hot for these guys, they are beating out homeowners for these.
But they're saying we do this.
But I'm just saying it can happen to a very, very large scale if you're buying a very large scale, which we are not even close to that realm. And to me, it depends on what you do with those houses. If you're providing safe quality housing for rent or for sale, great. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's not stealing away from anybody. That house is still a house for somebody to live in. But what I see happen is they're not doing the right things with these houses, and then they don't keep up on the houses. They don't take care of their tenants, and then they just dump them all back into the market. And there's a whole bunch of as-is houses that it takes people like us to go buy them and restore them and bring them back to life for another family to live in for either sale or rent.
So how do you say we? How would you respond to saying we're not selling houses?
To the type of houses that we buy are houses that need to be refurbished. There's the builders. We're in a housing shortage, a housing crisis, I would say. We don't have enough houses for people to live in, and the builders still have a little PTSD from 2008, so they haven't ramped up the way they needed to support the demand of all this new influx of new home buyers. So it's going to take people like you and I and our other investors in our community to refurbish the existing housing stock to make more houses available to live in, not just sitting nasty on the market. So the houses that we buy are distressed. No one's living in them a lot of times anyway, and we bring them back to life for people to live in. So I think that's a good thing. I think we're providing more houses.
Yeah, pull up the next one. You're the reason the housing market is bad. So these are kind of tied together. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's the exact opposite. We take houses, like you kind of mentioned, I'm just going to word it a little bit differently. We take houses that are not livable and add them to the supply. What people need is a supply of livable houses.
Yeah.
We take houses that are not livable and sell them to somebody who makes them livable, and they rent them or sell them, or we do that and we close on them and rent them or sell them. So we are in fact helping. We are not hurting. We're taking
helping home prices
and helping home availability and supply. If there weren't real estate investors, these homes would literally just go to shit, and then they would deteriorate, and then they would look worse, and all the home values around it. So people just don't put that much thought into it, but we're helping the supply. Real estate investors help the supply of needed houses, not hurt it at all.
100%.
Cool. All right, this is a good one. What do you think about this next one, Lucas? I'll let you read it.
It's kind of similar to what we're just talking about, right?
No, this next one.
That is the next one.
Well, there's the next one.
The next one. Eat the Rich.
I get this one a lot.
What does that mean?
I'm not quite sure, but I get this one. This is probably top 3 comments I get.
Really?
If I get a video that goes viral.
So is that like a saying?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
That one, and that goes along with the MAO, which is funny. There's a max allowable offer formula, and then there's MAO. The guy's name is Mao. He's some Chinese guy back in the day that was like a ruler that killed like several million landlords, people that owned houses. He just killed them all because he thought socialist China that you should own houses. So yeah, I just thought that was an interesting one.
And I think we live in a capitalist market, which has been good for America and the progression that we've made as a country. If you want to live here, there's always going to be some sort of inequality. Unfortunately, if we can figure out a way to shrink that gap a little bit, fine with that. But there's going to be some rich people and some not as rich people here in America. And if that's not your thing, maybe this isn't the country for you.
Yeah, and I think I know there's a big gap, and I understand coming from where we sit, that people may not think it rings true, but I don't think it's that bad. Going to some other countries, you just see people everywhere that are living in huts, living in, the underdeveloped countries. Like, most people that even if they struggle, they have a nice house with air conditioning and water and
we have
food.
A middle class.
Yes, yeah,
which is bridges like the super poor and the ultra wealthy, whereas other countries there's like a ruler or a king living in a palace, and then everybody else poor.
Everybody else, poor, and they don't have access to running water, things like that. So it's one of those things where it's not that bad. I get there are bad situations, but overall, holistically, it's pretty good.
That's your word this month.
Holistically, it is. It is. So Eat the Rich. I get that one quite a bit. A lot of Eat the Rich. A lot of we're going to start with you, and with the revolt begins. And
how do you think someone would eat you, Sam? How would they prepare?
I would think you're going to. I don't think they're just gonna just go to town on my arm. I would think we're gonna do a deer thing or animal. You're gonna chop it up, cut out the meat, cook the fat, cook the muscle.
How would you cook it?
I mean, probably just barbecue, right?
What do you mean by that?
Cut off my leg and just cut out the meat and just throw it on the grill with some spices and just go. I would assume you're not just gonna eat my leg while I'm alive, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, what do you think the best cut of meat would be in you?
Probably your thighs.
Into the
gluteus maximus, maybe. Yeah,
Get a little bit of flavor with that fat. All right.
Yeah, I would think that's how it would go. All right.
Eat the rich.
As a slogan originates from a quote that's attributed to philosopher Jean-Jacques Rousseau. That's actually pretty good, wasn't it?
No.
Why? You say it then. Say the name.
Jacques.
Jean-Jacques Rousseau.
How do you pronounce Jacques, first of all?
Jean-Jacques Rousseau.
Rousseau.
What'd you say, Shane, or say it again?
Jean-Jacques Rousseau.
That's not right. When the people shall have nothing more to eat, they will eat the rich, as a chant against the wealth inequality.
Yeah.
And it's, I'm not going too much of a tangent here, but people that don't at least have enough money to eat, most of it's on them. I did a post that actually took down, but I had lunch the other day with a gentleman who made Facebook groups about that are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. He literally did it for free on his phone. He hustled and curated Facebook groups of real estate investors that had money. That was no experience, no needed. He didn't pay a dime. He literally there's opportunities for you if you're willing to work hard, no matter what. You can make it work.
This goes back to your beliefs, believing that everybody that has money is evil is to me that belief would not serve my life.
Well, it's just more we're around people that have most people, the reason they have money is because they're good people.
Yes, for sure. But when one of the examples on here is the GameStop debacle, and that was kind of cool to see all these ordinary people making Wall Street lose money for a little bit there. That was kind of cool to me. I don't know. What did you think about that whole thing?
I don't know a ton about it. I didn't watch that movie, and I didn't really even understand it when it happened. But I do now. They kind of just shorted it, right? And
the big guy shorted it,
and then they made it float.
Yep.
All right. Awesome. On to the next one. This one is this top 5 probably. If you really own $50 million in real estate, you would not be making TikToks or posting on social media. What would you say to if you really had it so big, why are you even wasting your time doing this?
Yeah, that's a good question. Part of it is because we just want to show people how we did it and document our journey. We believe we invest in real estate in the right way, as we talked about earlier. So why wouldn't we teach other people how to do that and go impact their neighborhoods and create more of this housing stock for people to help get back to a more healthy market? Why wouldn't we want that for our entire country? So I think that's pretty cool. And also it's just we love real estate, but you in particular have other passions too, and teaching people and creating content's one of them. So why not do what you love?
I agree. My reaction to this is a little bit Similar but different. Like obviously we're trying to help people and show the right way. We have 3 million followers on social media and 1,600 students. So there's a ton of people that we that just get free advice from us per se. But like I'm not comparing us to these people, but like Elon Musk, he has more money than he ever knows to do with, yet he still works 80 hours a week. Just because we have hit some financial levels doesn't mean you're going to just stop working. Like this is building a brand, building more streams of income, creating more wealth, creating more financial freedom, just creating more to improve our lifestyle as well as help more people. So it's more of that. Like driven people don't have an end game usually. The people that want to work hard and retire at 40 and sit on the beach every day, that type of mindset, in my opinion, will never lead to actually being able to do that. The people that are able to do that have the mindset that they enjoy what they do and they want to do more. So that's my reaction to it.
Maybe at some point in your life, right?
Yeah.
Like if 50 million was our end game and we were 65 years old, maybe we would.
Yeah, I
maybe
for
we
sure
would be on social media making content. I don't know. Maybe we will. But that's not our end game. That's where we're at right now in our mid 30s, and we have bigger goals than that to build a bigger company. And part of that, to me, is just the realization that we can't do that hiding under a rock. You know what I mean? So we have to spread the word of what we're doing here and get more awareness about our company in particular. So I love the brand building aspect.
I would say it's more of a boulder if you're going to hide under it. That rock.
I'm not little.
No, you're not. You're a big human, so it'd be a boulder.
Yeah.
Has to be propped up or it'd smush you.
I know. That's probably not the best place to hide.
No, I wouldn't think so. There's a lot better places to hide than under a rock. Sounds very uncomfortable.
Like, where would you hide in this building?
Probably like in a closet or something, or maybe like in the stall and like set up on the stall so they don't see your feet underneath it, kind of thing.
I probably would go in our storage room in the Waterbury Meeting Center, and like there's like chairs back there, and like try to crawl under those.
Maybe I'd like go in like the elevator and climb up on top of it.
That'd be good. Yeah. Elevator shaft.
Yep. All right. So another one we get is he's just selling courses. Buy my course. And honestly, this one used to be like, well, like I didn't used to like it, but now I'm like, we have an incredible community there here. Like we, help so many people, and we have the systems and the community, and education's one thing, but where education meets implementation, that's where people need the help. We need it. We with what we're doing with Noah and them, we're gonna spend 150 grand on education this year. Like we believe in it, we spend it. It helps us get a quicker return and more efficient return than just figuring it out on your own. So yes, of course I do.
Of course, 100%. Of course, buy the course. Yeah, I mean, why does McDonald's run ads?
Exactly.
To buy their cheeseburgers.
It's our way to help people as well.
They want to show you how delicious their cheeseburgers is.
Is that what they are? They're
trying.
Yeah. McDonald's is. Yeah.
You like your fries?
I probably have McDonald's. I'd say about every other year I'll have a McDonald's.
Yeah, same.
What about you? Yeah.
Maybe twice.
What's your fast food place to go?
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell and Chick-fil-A?
Yeah.
Taco Bell's breakfast is not bad.
It's very good.
Yeah. What's your go-to on your Taco Bell breakfast?
I usually don't get breakfast there, but they got that breakfast crunch wrap. It's really good. But I usually get like their steak burrito or some sort of Chipotle chicken burrito.
Steak burrito? You're so boring. Get like a quesadilla.
Quesadilla is just out
with
there.
no creamy jalapeno sauce. Just cheese and chicken.
Cheese and chicken.
I get that, and then I like their Crunchwrap Supreme.
Oh, great.
No Toms.
Yeah, when I was a vegetarian, I used to get the black bean Crunchwrap. It was like my go-to.
That sounds so disgusting.
Good. Aren't you allergic to beans?
I am, yes. Yeah. All right. Okay. Here's a good one. I've got this one from a couple different people a few different times, usually around the holiday season. I hope your family gets cancer for Christmas.
Oh, boy.
I got that one like 4 or 5 times now.
Yeah. You should start writing diss tracks for every people that
like
talks
Drake.
About your family.
We're going to talk about Drake and Kendrick.
Friendly, I'm good. But if you talk about my family, I'm coming after you.
I'm going to get you with these, come at me with them, bro.
Yeah.
This one is more of just imagine, this is more than any of them on here, even Eat the Rich. This one, I have more empathy for the person that writes this than any of the other ones. Some of them are a misbelief. Some of them are like just Eat the Rich, like, okay, that's who you are. Some of them are like, they don't understand what we do. Where would you have to be in your life to like wish that
people? Yeah.
Wish that on children, and just like verbalize it or put it out there where somebody can see it on a comment or a DM. This one's usually DM'd, but anyways, I have more Gary Vee style, more empathy for people that write that than like hate.
That's a bad one.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
That's just over the top.
How would you? Yeah, like how sad how depressed are you with your life to do that?
Yeah, pretty.
So I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
All right, here's another good one. I hope '08 happens and you lose everything. It happens again and you lose everything is what we get a lot of. I hope the market shifts, and quite a few. This is probably the second or third most common one is hoping you lose it all.
Yeah, kind of similar to Eat the Rich and maybe not the cancer thing, but yeah, just don't like that, we're wealthy and have built what we built and hope it all goes away sometime. So yeah, you can hope whatever you want, but we're going to be here for a long time. So.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where if you're not everybody, a lot of people, but not everybody lost it all in '08. That was usually people that were over leveraged and that had too much of their chips stacked in the stock market and real estate. Those are people that really got crushed. If they were spread out or they were just flipping or wholesaling, they usually would take a loss or two and then move on. So it's one of those things where we're not preparing for '08, but we're attempting to have multiple streams to allow us to, if things do tighten up, to continue to push through. Because we're going to be buying more companies, but we have 3 different companies that bring in income that even if they shrink a little bit, the goal is at least one of them does well or there's enough trickle to keep it going.
And I mean, businesses, big good businesses, go out of business all the time. All the time. So it's not really just about the market. It's just about, we could run a crappy business in a great market and go out of business. We could run a really good business in a shitty market and be just fine. I
think we're in the middle.
Yeah, it's probably somewhere in the middle right now. We're trying to go up the gradient.
Oh,
shout Noah.
Yeah. Noah Jeff in the house.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what that means.
No.
They never will. All right. Okay, on to the last one of this section. Then we're going to get into some headlines. Stop exploiting the working class. Again, there's a theme to a lot of these. This one's a little bit different, but, charging the working class for rent is kind of where this has come from. You're exploiting. They're paying their wages to you. For rent.
I mean, some of them, absolutely, just like everyone else in the country.
Well,
part of their income goes to their shelter.
And there's nowhere that it's free, even in a socialist or a communist society. You are paying tax, you are paying into the government. Even if the government runs it, you're still paying for it. Nothing's free. You either pay for it for your disposable income rent, like a capitalist society, or you let everybody control what you do and how much money you make, and they allow you to only do certain things, and you're paying for it through taxes and through what you pay and work for them for. So it's never a scenario where it's just given to you. Yeah,
and there's the type of housing we provide and the service we provide. I think the working class would want to be a tenant for us, and then also it's 280 tenants, give or take. That seems like a lot, but
it's not really. But
the amount of people that we help with providing jobs that fix up these houses that are all working class, is a lot more than 280 people.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So you're saying
we're helping the working class.
We're not even talking about rent. I get what you're saying. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on all those comments? That's all of them. Just round it out here. It's just I think most of it's one of those hurt people kind of things, and then majority of it, I think, is honestly just misinformation, people not understanding how we do or what we do or why we do it.
Yeah, just kind of stereotyping, I would think. Just looping everybody into this one big bucket of rich equals evil, and that's just not the case.
Yeah, and there are shitty landlords out there, just like there's shitty everything. There's shitty lawyers, shitty doctors, shitty everything. There's the spectrum of most good, probably incredible, and then crappy. It's like in any industry, any business, it's the same. Yeah. So we do our best not to be on that South Pole end of that spectrum.
Yeah. How would you say these have affected you?
Not really a ton.
With an A? Or is that with an E?
With affected, I believe that would be an A, right? Yeah, affected. No, not at all, really. I feel like it's one of those things where, at first you kind of read it and see it, and it was interesting there for a while. I do get messages of thank you, I've done this, I've done that, and you get, dozens of quality and thankful comments and DMs, and then you get the negative one, and that kind of sticks with you. But in general, the more I see them and break them down, like we talked about the other day, learning something, doing it, and then teaching it, you get them actually walking and talking through these in my head as they come through. It's just misinformation more than anything.
Yeah, misinformation. I think in order to get people's attention, we kind of, you and other people in this space have to be a little more elaborate in their content, period. But that doesn't mean who you are.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
You have to occasionally cringe a little bit just to get or you're not going to get views.
And I've done that with other content creators.
Because you yell.
Yeah, and I'm like,
oh, I thought you meant when you make yours.
No. Like if I see something that maybe doesn't hit right to me, I was like, that was a little weird. I wouldn't have said that, but I don't hate the person for it because I know that's probably not them.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, you're only going to get a certain amount of who people are via social media. I get people all the time. They're
very
like,
small amount.
Yeah, they're like, get people out that are like, yeah, you're, authentic and all stuff. And then some people like, yeah, you're not who I thought you'd be when I met you because like goofier, sillier, or whatever. It can't be as much of that. Cool. That was interesting. Glad we're keeping everybody entertained in here. Morgan wasn't even paying attention earlier, Lucas. So at least Bridget and Katie are.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Make sure to hit that like button, comment with something you learned, and make sure to subscribe to this channel. We give away more free advice on how to create wealth based on things we actually do every single day than any other channel on YouTube. Make sure to share this with a friend because our mission is to inspire you to think differently about freedom.